Welcome to Word Magazine and the Wordsmiths of Change podcast. Today we're proud to feature our latest cover, Andriette Georgiou, founder of Mondvol, one of South Africa's most loved artisanal cookie brands. From master chef to building a premium national brand, this is a story of purpose, craft, and heart.
Andriette,
So good to be here.
good to have you. So Mondvol has become one of South Africa's most loved artisanal cookie brands. Not just making that up, like a thing. So take us back to the beginning. What sparked the idea? And did you ever imagine it would land up here where it is?
I get that question like a lot. Have you ever thought that this would happen? And never in my wildest dreams. And to be very honest with you, I still sit and go, is this real? You know, it started with me actually being retrenched. I lost my job. I never baked. I just did it for fun. And because I was doing it for fun and I taught myself how to make cakes, I needed money desperately. So I started selling my cakes in the estate I lived in. And that's how Mondvol was born. Very small, not at all what I thought I would actually be doing. But after I entered MasterChef, I realized after the whole show that perhaps I can make a business out of it. I really wanted to own my own business and not talk, have someone above me, but rather run and have the values I want in the business. So my husband, who's also a big part of the business, back then wasn't yet, said to me, your cakes aren't scalable. It's cute. It's beautiful.
What you want to hear, right?
It's like it's stunning, but I can only service the town I live in because you can't courier it or anything like that. And I was like, and it also only I could make it. I couldn't teach someone because it was a very artistic type of skill set, very specific to me. So eventually, he lived in America for a long time and he told me about these cookies. And I honestly didn't understand what he was talking about. I'm an Afrikaans girl. The cookies we know is like a flour cookie or coffee cookie. Those hard cookies, small cookies. Why would I do that, And then I came across all these viral trends that were going on, but not in South Africa, of these big, thick, fat, chunky cookies. And I realized back then, I did 2 years ago now, a little bit more, I did research and I didn't see anybody in South Africa doing it. Nobody was doing it.
Now they are.
Now they are.
All following in your footsteps.
Well, I hope so. So my husband told me about these cookies in America. And I honestly haven't seen it. I only know these small Afrikaans cookies, like coffee cookies and flour cookies and stuff. And then I still couldn't really grasp what he was trying to tell me about scaling and stuff. So then I saw this trends all going around everywhere all around the world, but not in South Africa. But these big, thick cookies. And I then realized, oh my gosh, I can actually courier these cookies. So not only do I have Durbanville anymore, I've got the whole of South Africa. And nobody was doing it, which was quite scary because I had to introduce it to the public and say, trust me, because it's not a cheap product. It is a premium product. It is a product you spoil yourself with. It's a luxury. So it was a very scary thing to do, but here I am.
Amazing. I'm going to backtrack a little bit to the MasterChef side of things. And I'm imagining you mentioned that was a turning point to build your confidence as a creator, as an entrepreneur as well, because I think that's what they promote. How did the show unlock? Unpack that a bit for me.
So before I went on the show, which I also can't believe I did.
And why did you go on it? Maybe.
So I lost my job and I was actually personally in a very dark place. I loved what I was doing. I was a musician for my whole life. And I loved it. And I never thought that I would lose my job. So I lost it. And then I'm quite stubborn. So I don't want to do something I don't love. So I needed to get a job, but I didn't want any job. So now I'm 33, don't have a job. It was still very lockdowny. So there was lots of COVID still going on. And, I did the cakes purely just to make a little bit of money to pay my rent. And I went basically through a life crisis. So someone contacted me, someone I knew, they're like, why don't you enter MasterChef? And I literally replied, you are crazy. I will not do it. I'm not good enough. So eventually one morning I woke up and she messaged me again, and I was like, oh, what do I have to lose? I won't get in.
Were you baking or cooking? I mean, was it a thing for you prior to?
Well, I was selling my cakes. I think maybe she saw it. She's a friend.
But other than that, not.
I love cooking, but just purely for myself and my friends. I love, it's creative, and I love hosting people. So I love entertaining and having people around me and spoiling them. I love spoiling people. And food is a great way to do it.
Sure. Okay. What did the whole MasterChef thing teach you?
Self-belief. Yeah. If you've watched it, or if anybody watched it, they know that I was the person that was crying the whole freaking time. And every single episode, I was like, I'm not going to make it. I said to my friends who were with me, I was like, the contestants, I'm like, don't worry, I'm going out this episode. You're fine. You're all fine. You're all fine. And then top 5 came, and I'm like, what the freak? I'm still here. And I was just, and I think, you know, it's a bubble MasterChef that keep you away from everybody. It was 6 weeks, and you are doing this type of interviews. They're called the diary entries.
All the time, yeah.
So you sit in this dark room, and the guy's purpose is to get emotion out of you and to get you to talk. So I had my own recorded psychological sessions for 6 weeks straight.
Yeah.
Where I finally, I think top 5, maybe top 3 only, believe that maybe I'm worth it and maybe I can do it. And it was only when I stood there, top 2, and Zola Nene went, and the winner of MasterChef is, that I thought she could say my name. And she didn't.
That's fine.
So I was runner-up, which was insane.
Amazing, yeah.
And yeah, confidence.
Yeah.
It gave me the confidence.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. All right, so a lot of people can bake. We've just said, you know, COVID, TikToks, people, you know, doing things, but not everyone can take that to a business. And that's a huge one. What are the biggest mind shifts or operational shifts that you had to apply and get over in order to actually make Mondvol a serious business?
For me, it is having a balance between having your heart in there and emotion in there, and also step back and go, this is a business. Because if it was me and just all my emotion, no, but I want to make cakes forever and ever because I'm emotionally connected to it. It is a bad business decision. So it was like, get rid of the cakes. It's taking up your time. We need to start being able to teach others to do it so that we can loosen you up so that you can do other things. So you always have to have the emotion because people are connected to the emotion. But I had to really step back and go, and almost clinically look at it and go, what is a good business decision here? What makes more sense? And I've learned a lot. I had no business experience. Hear my song, nothing. And I learned in a very short time a crash course on what is important. And another massive, massive thing is finance. I suck at it.
I hear you.
Oh my word. But now I can at least understand the lingo. Yeah. And I get it now. I understand the importance of it. And with finance, there should be zero emotion. It should be very black and white.
Profit and loss.
Boring
numbers. I know, it's not sexy at all.
If you want to, I hate those meetings. So that's why I have people who do it. I don't do it. But as an owner, you need to know what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely. Before we started recording, you mentioned things like, you can't believe you're here, and you almost have this little bit of like, would sound like a bit of an imposter sort of syndrome. Like, how long is this going to last? It is a luxury thing. Is that still something for you? Is it a daily thing for you to go, what if?
I don't think I'll ever get rid of my imposter syndrome. I think it's too much in me. And on one side, I don't want to get rid of it yet. I don't want to, because maybe imposter syndrome could be wrong, and I should channel it as being humble. Always stay humble, have your feet on the ground, because anything can change at any moment. But I have grown my confidence a lot, and again, another big reason for it is my husband, Andrew. He's very confident. And he believes in me and he believes in this business. And it's nice to have that partner. Even if it's not your husband, having a partner, or having a community, or having a support team, close network, that just reminds you, we've got this, we can do this. But I promise you, Sunday, like before we opened, I was having deep, like Sunday blues, you know.
Oh.
Like, what if we're a fad? We're just, you're so scared because we've got such viral tendencies around us. What if it moves on? What can we do to become a household name? But stay humble, but be confident. That's why I push myself.
And just on your husband, is he given up whatever he was doing? Is he full-time in?
Yeah, he's full-time in. We're both directors of Mondvol. He studied marketing. He was a professional golfer, but then he did study marketing. And he's an exceptional businessman. So he saw that I had the product. I'm also really good at marketing. We had a following, and he's like, let's go. And I think
the vision, hey?
Yeah, he's got the vision. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, then I'm sure you're in good hands as a partnership. That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Right. So Mondvol feels thoughtful, consistent, and unmistakably yours. I mean, it's just there's something in there that just watching all the videos, watching all the marketing, it just feels like you're making it your own all the time. And I think that's what every brand should be doing. But it's not easy to do that either. How intentional are you about your brand design, your offerings, your specials, is it a very intentional thing? We spoke a little offline just now, but let's unpack that as well.
Extremely intentional. I mean, we are now a massive business. That sounds strange, but we are big.
It's massive.
I mean, we've got 30 people working for us. And
that is.
I mean, so my father's also really involved. He's like the operations manager. So he's looking after the operation. Andrew's looking after the strategic collaboration marketing. I'm looking after the product and then the social media marketing aspect. The thing, and it's something I've said to everybody, we had a strategic meeting the other day, and I said, no matter what, my job is to make sure that the product you receive is always excellent and our quality never drops. Because if that happens, that's when we will no longer be relevant.
And one bad review.
Because you can have loads of people talking about us, and we can have lines and we can have all these things. But if they get there and they open that box, in the end, if they eat that cookie, it needs to be worth all the marketing, all the hype. So for me, I'm extremely intentional, and I'm a pain in the butt. I only use the best products, and it's expensive. And I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I literally go, that's what we want to do. I'm very intentional with the flavors I develop, very intentional with, okay, what's the vlogs we're going to do? What's the videos, what we're going to do? Where's our standard? I love jumping on a trend, but I also want to create trends. I want to stay authentically me. I want to stay authentically Mondvol. And that's something that comes naturally to us, but I'm also very intentional about it.
I love it. Yeah. And the problem with food, I suppose, is that there is that chance that something goes out and lands, I don't know, it lands whatever. Something goes wrong with that batch whenever it happens.
It happens. I mean, I've been lucky. We haven't had hectic things happen yet. It could happen. It's how you respond. That's the most important thing. Yeah. But you have to have everything, all the measures in place to really protect the product.
Yeah, because food is always dicey.
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
As a business.
It is. And people like to hate also, so you just have to be very careful.
Yeah. Yeah, they always say respond, push that Google review. Don't respond and carry on, just like let it go down and let it go away, but not respond.
No, we always respond.
Awesome. Amazing. All right. So family, you've mentioned your husband, your father. I mean, that's just amazing that they're all involved, and that shows you their confidence in you, which must, that must really make a huge difference.
Yeah, it's a team effort now. It started off very much me, and now it's. Everybody always asks me, how do you do it? How do you do it? And I'm like, it's not just me. I've got my husband, my father. We've got an excellent admin team running that show. And then I've got my girls in the kitchen. And everybody's really passionate about Mondvol. And I think that's what people can feel.
Yeah, we can.
It's not just a job. And I never want that to be. So I invest in my girls. I make sure that they're happy. I make sure that they know that if they want to get new skills, I'll give it to them. If we gave bonuses to everybody last year. And it's not me being cute, it's they deserved it. They deserved it. So there's a company culture with us where everybody is valuable. You're not just the cleaner.
Yeah.
You're extremely important. So that's, again, my heart. It's like, it's so important to me.
It comes through. What we see is obviously, all the videos, but it definitely comes through.
Yeah, but there's authenticity to it. So I've noticed now, and I'm so happy, like brands are so showing more their staff and showing more people. With us, it just happened organically because I was like, well, but they do it. So why would we not take a video of them?
Get involved in those videos.
But that's how it is. If the camera is on or not, that's how it is. So, I love them. It's a team effort.
Yeah.
It really is.
So Mondvol, the name, I mean, that's like quintessential South African, which is amazing. Do you think there's scope to go global? Do you see that, or are you just keeping it?
Good question. Funnily enough, it was Mondvol for a long time.
Okay.
Then Andrew, my very English husband, was like, what is this weird little thing in front of Mondvol? I was like, what is this thing? It even has the little apostrophe. And he's like, that's so stupid. It's like the Facebook or the Apple.
Was it A or?
Afrikaans, Mondvol.
Yeah.
And he's like, just make it Mondvol. And that was quite a valuable thing that he said. It makes sense.
Yeah.
And I'm like, makes total sense. Why have it? But yeah, it is Afrikaans, and we were scared that it's going to alienate the English community. But in South Africa, people have completely jumped on it and they love it. Overseas, I don't know.
We don't know yet.
I don't know
Maybe.
yet.
Yeah.
I don't know yet, but I mean, I'm not against it.
And it's cookies only, these chunky cookies that you've said, because your name of your business doesn't say cookies in it.
No.
Is there scope to do other things? Thought about more than just the cookies?
Very good question. We will never do more than just cookies. And that's completely a business strategy that we follow. Do one thing and do it really, really well.
No.
So we will be always known for cookies. Maybe different shapes of cookies and sizes and offerings and flavors. But cookies are always what we do. And that is, again, that's something, I mean, I did cakes and cupcakes and brownies and all these things. And we were like, get rid of it. And that was an emotional thing for me. I didn't want to. It was tough. It's so lame, but I was like, but I love making cakes. And it's like, no, to get rid of it. We're doing only cookies. So when people think Mondvol, they must think cookies.
Yeah. And you do a lot of influencer marketing. That's a huge thing. But I see are you quite strategic about that as well? Do you have a lot of people approaching, or is it the other way around? Are you approaching them?
I think that's also where MasterChef helped a lot. So when I started, remember, it's quite odd. I wasn't famous at all. So it's like, hello, hi, will you eat my random cookies and make a video for me for free because I have no money to give to you, know? So it's quite a rough. But because I had the MasterChef name, I could push that a little bit. And then I also had Zola Nene, and I know Minky van der Vestes. And so I had a few people that's famous that would have done it for me because they're kind-hearted to me. And that was definitely, especially at the beginning of my business, a massive thing. So every month I would send it out to influencers. And what would happen is like a snowball effect, because she posted about it, this one wants to post about it. We have what we call Cook Sisters. So we've got about 12 or 13 influencers, if you want to put it like that, who's with us in this. So whenever we have a big drop, they will get it and they will post about it. But at this current moment, it's just our Cook Sisters, and we don't have to anymore, which is awesome. At the beginning, people posted by themselves. We have enough people posting that we don't need it. I think a year ago, when I feel like sales are slow, maybe I'll message an influencer and let them do it, but not anymore. Now I'm kind of just sending it to them because I love them. And I say you don't have to post about it, just enjoy it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And obviously collaborating with brands. Are we allowed to mention a few?
Yeah.
Yeah. Coffee?
Yeah, Plato, massive. Was
that an ongoing arrangement?
You shall see.
Okay. Because I'm telling you now, I have been into, I don't know how many Platos, and it's all sold out. I'm like, are you serious?
I know. Do you know people get mad at me? Like,
I'm not mad at you.
I know. But you don't understand. We made 90,000 cookies. It's just the whole country you have to supply.
Is it every single plate?
Every single plate. So it's 100 cookies per plate. It sounds ridiculously little, but for us, it's a lot.
And you gotta bake them fresh.
Bake them fresh, get them shipped. So that's why people were like, "Why do you do this?" I'm like, "I'm so sorry. It's literally all we can do." But again, that's great marketing. Fear of missing out.
Collaborations are.
Collaboration. Yeah, so we've done last year specifically really more focused collaborations. Poetry did something, Cotton On, big names, which was awesome. You know,
and it's great that you can take a non-related brand, and somehow do something with them that makes sense.
Yeah, Cotton On, we like developed a cookie for them, cotton candy cookie. You know, and we do pop-ups, loads of that as well.
All that. Yeah, Tiger Valley.
Yeah. And it's super fun, the pop-ups. It's also great business strategy because you're not committed.
Yeah.
You go in, you go out.
Yes.
And it's again that FOMO. We're there, we're gone. We're there, we're gone. And
it works. I've seen a lot of brands do that.
It works like
you can also test it out. You know, you're not committed too much.
You're not committed. You make people realize they want to come because, oh my word, next week they're not there anymore.
They're gone.
Well, if you're there the whole time, it loses its charm.
Yeah, no, for sure. Oh. Well, I know I got my box. In fact, my family would be very upset if I didn't bring one.
Oh my gosh.
Where are you going today, Mom? So what's up next for Mondvol? What can you tell us? What are you allowed to tell us? What's new? What's happening this year?
I think upping our production in a smarter way so that more people can get it. When we do collaborations, that it's a bit more accessible, not just maybe 100 cookies, but 200. Sounds silly, but little things like that. Really working on our collaborations and partnering well. And just also, I want you to expect lots of fun coming out from us. Good content, taking you behind the scenes, showing the truth going on behind what's going on. I mean, we also partnered with Jetour, like a car. How random is that? Like
awesome.
Car and cookies.
I'm sure you're loving it.
Does that make any sense? But it does make sense because it's cute. It's like how the car is driving us around and getting stock and things like that.
The colour.
And we got the right colour. They wanted to give us a red one and we were like, nope, we want a blue one. And then we had to wait for the blue one, but it was fun. So collaborations will always be part of our structure. We're not going to have a shop soon, still popping up, but popping up way more.
Okay.
And maybe we're popping up in not just Cape Town. So that's a little
You have gone outside of Cape Town twice, I think.
Yeah, but for a day or two.
Yeah.
But not in malls, not for longer stretches. So who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe you'll see us somewhere.
I'm sure we will. I'm sure we will. We have a tradition.
Yes.
On the podcast for the magazine, and we always ask our guest, can they give us, our readers, either a podcast, a book, a YouTube channel, an influencer, a media channel, anything that you are specifically loving at the moment.
Yeah.
And
on my phone.
Yeah, absolutely. And what can you recommend to them to go follow? Or
so something that I actually find with me is with social media, and my Instagram or TikTok or whatever. What I love is it picks up your algorithm. So mine is currently babies,
of course,
and entrepreneurship.
Okay.
So it's and cookies.
Yeah.
So in my feed will be like how to handle your toddler's tantrums. The next one is how to make R1 billion, and the next one will be delicious cookies. So I would highly recommend is just always, when you look at your feed, it needs to actually show what you're interested in.
Yeah.
So don't look at junk.
No.
You know, and it sounds silly, and sometimes you want to switch off. But I find that because my feeds, wherever I am at, it's actually quite... It's good for me. It's intentional. Yeah. It's not just random stuff. Here or there, of course, though. You can relax. But, and that's what's lovely about social media. It picks up on your algorithm. So it starts showing you things that you like to watch.
Yeah.
I've got a few here that we could, I can read, but the Millionaire Expo is a millionaire mindset. I love that. It's a financial educator is also one, but I can maybe just send it to you as well. You can put it down. And Denny Curran. All these people have also that my CEO lifestyle or something, my CEO mindset is also great. But you get, those are things, I love to read, but when I read love stories. So that's my shutting down.
Absolutely, or switch off.
But I love to curate my feed. So that's my advice. Curate your feed so that it impacts your brain constantly without even noticing, because you're chilling in front of the TV and then you're seeing, we love hospitality, watching things about how to be good at hospitality. And what's the difference between, silly now, but between Chick-fil-A, I don't know, do you know Chick-fil-A?
Yeah.
In America?
Yeah.
And KFC. So they make the same turnover, but KFC is like 10,000 times bigger than Chick-fil-A. But the thing is, KFC is like, what do you want? And then you say a burger, no, I'm going to give it to you. Chick-fil-A is like, good morning, ma'am, how are you doing? What can I get you? You look like you're in the mood for chicken with whatever.
Yes.
And that's hospitality in that sense, and that's something we try to build into our company culture a lot.
I love that.
That's a silly...
No, it's
that's where my mind just went. Yeah.
Makes sense. I'm going to throw in one last question.
Yes.
And I meant to mention it a bit earlier. Motherhood.
Yes.
You've just recently had another baby.
Yeah.
I mean, what is it, 2-3 months now?
Almost 3 months. Yeah.
And you've got a toddler as well. How is that?
3 years old.
Yeah. Lovely. How is that? I mean, I say you've got lots of help in the business, and you just mentioned just now that you've got a nanny. How is that whole motherhood thing? Just how do you manage all of that and still stay true to the brand as well?
I don't think I manage it well.
Okay.
So what I do is I vocalize it.
Yeah.
So when I'm struggling, when I'm going in a spiral, because I feel guilty because I'm not with my baby, I say it to my colleagues.
Okay.
And then it helps me to process it loudly and to be honest with everybody. I do not do it all. I can't. People are like, oh, you do it. You just got it handled.
No.
I don't. The other day I was crying because I had to leave my baby at home. But I want to go to business. You know what I mean? So for me, get help. Be honest and verbalize things. Constantly talk. I said to the team, I was like, guys, I'm going to this year still look at my hours that I'm not just at home at night. I need to see my baby grow up. So they're like, okay, we honor it. Let's say for 2-3 hours a day, you can just be at home and work. Because I am flexible now, because I've got my team working with me. But I love it. People always tell me, we can't believe how you do it all. And I'm like, I'm honest about it, and I have good support.
And are your babies allowed to eat?
Yeah, oh my word. Okay, Amy is still 3 months ago, so she's just getting my milk, which is probably full of cookies. But Annabelle, I think she was 1, and she was when I was still in my garage. She grew up in that garage.
Yeah.
She would lick the floor. She would put her hands in the icing sugar. I was like, oh my word, my child is not. She eats all the cookies in the world. Yeah.
Well, my son loves it, and he's on like a health kick. And I think I joked with you last time. He said, Mommy, how many calories in one of these? I said, do you really want to know? So you guys were very helpful, and they did tell me.
Yeah, we only tell people who ask us.
And he was like, I can do this. I can build this into my calorie deficit day. I'm like, you go for it. But you got to allow yourself a little luxury. I mean,
I have such a good laugh. We've got an incredible following of like really fit people.
Yeah.
Like these beautiful girls that run all day long.
Yeah.
They buy my cookies.
There you go.
And we have a thing that we say, like almost a slogan, we run so that we can eat Mondvol cookies.
I love it. I love it.
I just don't do that first part. I just eat the cookies. But I need to start. But absolutely, I think I'll end with this thought. When I was creating my brand, it was extremely important to me that people know Mondvol is not a guilty pleasure. It is something that you deserve. When you receive a box, I want you to feel celebrated. I don't want you to eat it with any guilt. I want you to enjoy it because it is premium product there that's been given to you with love. Either you bought it for someone else, or you bought it for yourself, or someone bought it for you. It doesn't matter. The messaging behind Mondvol is you are worth being celebrated. And it's about connection. I have so many people that warm it up and they share it and they eat it together.
I read you can do that. I'm trying that next time.
Yeah, and you eat it together, and you have a moment. That's what it's about.
It's a total moment. It's a total indulgent. But as you say, it's not a guilty thing.
I
It's
never
a
want
deserved
anybody.
pleasure.
I don't want you to sit and feel guilty about it. Not at all. So you are worth being celebrated.
Gonna go eat now. Thank you so much. It was lovely chatting to you.
Thank you for having me.
We appreciate what you've done for South Africa and the cookie business.
The cookie business.
Love it.
I'm the cookie tunny.
Yes, love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You've been listening to Word Magazine and the Wordsmiths of Change podcast. Subscribe on YouTube and Spotify to stay up to date with our latest covers, conversations, and exclusive specials. South African excellence continues right here.